The first historical subject I was ever interested in was the Lenape Native Americans, because of how much they lived in our area, and it made me interested in looking for artifacts. And the rest is history. The first inhabitants of Manavon, which would later become the borough of Phoenixville, were the Lenape American Indians. Their tribe inhabited the land for 10,000 years, at a time when the French Creek was called Sankanac and the Schuylkill River Manayunk. However, the word Manavon is actually Welsh. They lived in longhouses along the river, in the hills of Black Rock and the surrounding areas. Longhouses are narrow, single-room buildings. Many were built from timber, mud, and other locally sourced materials, and represent the earliest form of permanent structure in many cultures. They had an abundance of food, from fishing in the river and creek, foraging and hunting in the forest on what is now the north side of Phoenixville. Using handmade stone tools and arrowheads made of materials such as jasper, quartz, quartzite, rhyolite, and many more. The Lenape year is a spiral, not linear like our modern day calendar. So it goes from spring to spring, and the months can vary, being influenced by the climate and environment. The Lenape people used nature as a calendar. The flowers were a signal of the returning shadfish to the local waterways. Berries marked summer and their harvest and drying to prepare them for winter. Spring peepers, a small tree frog that loves waterways, also marked spring. The Lenape lived in Phoenixville until the earliest European settlers arrived in the early 1700s. One famous Lenape actually lived in Phoenixville into the 1800s by the name of Starr. He was reportedly to have been buried between High and Vanderslice streets, and there once stood a monument to him along the railroad tracks. We owe a lot to the Lenape, to include the foods we eat, how we use the lands, and much more. So it's very important to remember their history and to respect their culture. That's all I have for this episode, so until next time, go out and be a part of history.